As a mother, our purpose in life really is, to take care of our family and our children. My name is Mercy. I'm 29 years old. My husband and I have 2 children. I've lived on Molokai for nearly all my life. Do you want to chop these up here?
Thank you for this wonderful day. Please bless our food, our nourishes, our bodies, in Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
We live about a mile away from the nearest Monsanto cornfield. Our island population is about 7,000. Jobs are very scarce here. Monsanto is the largest employer on our island currently, and to speak out against them is to speak out against jobs, and that's what people see here. I want to turn off this switch over here. Yep. My husband's family has been very involved in GMOs, and I never got involved. I was working full time and I was going to school full time. I had my daughter to take care of. So I basically stayed in the background until the birth of my second child, and seeing how he was affected by the dust storm that happened in January of 2012. There was a dust storm that came throh Ho'olehua from the fields over here, and shortly after, my son became really sick with a cough that I've never heard before. It was this really thick, hoarse, raspy cough that wouldn't stop. He would just cough continuously. It was so bad that we took him to the hospital, to the emergency room. And so it was from that point on that I really thought, okay, I need to pay attention to what's happening. I mean, what caused that? What's the connections with Monsanto and the pesticide spraying? So I contacted Monsanto. I wanted to know what it was they were spraying, when and where, and the response I got was to not to worry, and that it's safe. I thought, okay, I don't know about that. I need to do my own research. So I continued to research online, and I found a list of chemicals that Monsanto manufactures. All those chemicals that were listed are very, very toxic and can cause detrimental harm to animal life, marine life, and human life. A lot of those chemicals were also banned in different countries in Europe. So it got me thinking, like, why are they continuing to spray these chemicals here on our island when it's banned elsewhere in the world? So for me, that was frustrating. Hi, it's Mercy. I'm just calling to remind you about our meeting this afternoon at 5. I came up with Molokai MOM on a mission, and I was just thinking about, okay, I need to do something about this for the sake of my children. I need to speak out, and so that's where I got Molokai MOM on the mission. The global occupation of Monsanto event came up, so we got together. We protested morning and afternoon for 5 days. It seemed like each day another mother joined and another mother joined. By the end of the week, we had some farmers join and kupuna join. There was a lot of negative comments kind of circulating through the community, but also a lot of positive ones too. And so, if anything, this event raised awareness. I was asked to serve on the Hawaii Seed Board, and I thought this would be a great opportunity because it gave me more backing. Hawaii Seed is a nonprofit organization, and it is a collective group of farmers, professors, doctors, and mothers and parents. The theme of the Hawaii Seed Tour was to raise awareness and inspire change, to bring people together and to voice our concerns and to demand that our food be labeled.
The thing that started all of this is really the GMOs. And we've been working a whole year to put this event together. So it's going to be a succession of events throughout the week. And we've been able to get an international speaker and a national speaker to talk about GMOs. We're going to go as one to the legislature, and hopefully we'll get the attention of the legislature to deal with these issues.
Definitely concerned with the GMO issue. We definitely have spent time in study and research, measuring both sides of the argument. And right now, it's a big concern for us. It's an untested science. It's a unproven practice. And right now, we're standing to be the guinea pigs.
Aloha Aina is, loving the land like that's your mama. Protecting her like that's your family. So we wanted to make sure the politicians know where we're coming from and what laws need to be made to Aloha Aina and protect our environment for ourselves, our kids, and the future generations.
We need to stand up and say something. And that's what, this gathering will give people an opportunity.
So what we're doing here today all day was we're putting a Hawaiian foundation in order to make sure that the rally has a strong foundation.
Before we start, we're going to acknowledge our kupuna, and we're going to say pule. So everybody around, come closer, come closer.
Noho ana rea tuai hana hele hele I ale ia e ke ki ohu e kaua koko e na kino malui kalani malue hoi.
Today, we marched down to the Capitol with love in our hearts and love for our Aina. No matter what color, what race, what religion, what we're never going to stop loving this Aina. Monsanto, Mycogen, Dow, Pioneer, they're poisoning our Aina. They're poisoning our babies, they're poisoning our future.
There were hundreds of people there, of all ages, all ethnic backgrounds, and it was so encouraging to see that many people together for the same reason, for the same cause.
Well, we are marching because it's our kuleana to say that we do not agree with GMOs, that we want it off of our Aina, that we believe in food sovereignty and food biodiversity.
GMO!
And that's why I'm marching to the state capitol, to let the politicians know that if they're gonna respect our rights as Hawaiians, respect all of it. Don't mess with genetics, bruh. Let it be natural.
Why we're marching is because we want our own food democracy here in Hawaii. We don't want it controlled by corporations.
I want to know where my food comes from, and I want to know that we're not polluting the land, we're not harming other people.
We're marching together, Kanaka Maoli, other people who love this Aina, and we're marching for our love for the land. We don't want GMOs planted on our Aina. That not only includes the plants, but all the pesticides.
Because it's our responsibility, so we have to do. There's people that need a voice, and we're here to give it to them. That's why we're here.
When I say no, you say Syngenta. No. Syngenta. No.
We're marching to protest against the GMO because it's been poisoning all of Hawaii's keiki, Molokai.
Birth defects are not cute, and neither are sick Hawaiians, so get up Hawaiians and do something, because that cancer, that kidney disease, that diabetes has something to do with the Aina, because we ain't there, so we got to get back to the land.
I don't think you should allow patenting of life. It's ridiculous. GMOs don't work anyway.
We the people are against GMO and any kind of genetic engineering. I'm tired of it. We want food. We like them leave our resources alone.
Our economy is killing us, so we all have to take responsibility to change our economy. How do we do that? We take back the land, we grow our own food, we take responsibility for, for other lawmakers, make sure that they pass laws that take care of us and not take care of somebody someplace else.
People are coming to this building and they're going to be trying to control their own future.
As we entered through the state capitol, I think that was, at that point, I was like, whoa, I was kind of blown away.
If we don't come here to this building, we are going to lose this building to the corporations that are here every single day.
The things that we're standing up against are really at the core capitalism and this need for money.
The quick answer that you have the power to do today is to start growing your own food now. Really. And if you walk out of here and say, wow, that was awesome, I'm inspired, and I really, really am going to dedicate my life to trying to stop GMOs and end the PLDC, and you don't grow any food, you are part of the problem. You need to grow food because the corporations are coming in and filling a void. You're buying their food.
Because what could be more stupid than putting toxic genes into our food and thinking it is progress? What could be more obscene than saying, after I put these toxic genes, I am the creator of life on earth, and now I will collect rents from nature, farmers, making us all poorer. This is a slavery system in new garb. worse than any slavery that's ever been known, because it is enslaving the future. It is enslaving nature.
When I first heard her speak, I thought, wow, she's just so effortless. You know, she didn't hold back in any way, and she just shared the truth. I guess you could tell that she experienced it. You know, like I could really, like what we're experiencing here in Hawaii and Molokai, she experienced it in India.
It's about owning life. It's about committing genocide. 270,000 Indian farmers have committed suicide since Monsanto took over our cotton seed supply in 15 years. They come, they tell you what you do is primitive, give up your seeds. They then give you GMO seeds as the only option. They hijack our governments to say the only law that will be written will be a Monsanto law. We've got to reclaim our democracies. That is why it's so significant that you are here.
GMO companies, chemical companies, pharmaceutical companies, they do not put people first, they put money first. Big corporations control our elections. They control our food supply. They control our medical care. Okay, they control our banking system. Are we going to let them do that? We need to take that message upstairs to the rooms of our legislators, knock on their doors, see them face to face, tell them what's important to you, ask for their help.
Corporations are coming here. Big money people are coming here, run our lives here. They take advantage of our aloha, our generosity, destroying our islands.
It was the first time experience for me to be at the state capitol and to be involved in such a political, you know, I didn't think I would understand that aspect of the issues, and so I kind of always strayed away, and I just felt a little intimidated by politics.
This morning we're going to talk about food insecurity, sustainable agriculture, and the environmental and health impacts of biotechnology.
85% of all the GE crops that are planted in the United States and around the world are designed to be herbicide tolerant. What that rather confusing phrase means is that you can spray any amount of weed killer on them and they will not die. And that means 115 million more pounds of Roundup, which is very profitable for Monsanto. Exactly, it works for them. They sell the seeds, they sell the herbicides. A problem has begun to develop, though. What has happened is that weeds, over the last 13 years now, have been so inundated with Roundup that they have developed resistance to Roundup themselves. So what is the answer? The answer they have is we need to go to more and more dangerous herbicides to kill the weeds.
The morning of the legislative hearing, I was asked to share my experience. I wanted to know, what it was that they were spraying, when were they spraying, and in what fields. At this point, I'm hoping and I'm really pushing for laws, to be in place for, so that this information will become public. I feel that, residents and schools that are in the area need to know what it is that's going into the air. I think that's what I got out of that was a boost of confidence, and I think from here on out I want to encourage other mothers to be involved, because we can, and we have a voice, and our concerns can be heard.
So people who are concerned about their children, or people who are concerned about just accountability, or public information, consumer rights, and that conversation is starting to happen now. I'm very excited about us making new policies in this area. I'm very hopeful.
Monsanto has gotten away for too long without hearing the people's voices. And as a physician, someone who knows the value of nutrition and knows really the place in the world for a natural approach to people's lives, I think this is high time that we take up the issue.
Out in the Waianae Coast, we're very fortunate to see a revival of interest in organic farming. We have Ma Organic Farm, Kahumana Farm, and many others that have really educated our community about the dangers of using pesticides, using these genetically modified organisms that are made in labs that would never occur in nature.
And I think that genetically modified organisms are really the antithesis of natural farming and organic farming. They're a violation of all nature's rules, which, you know, if we work with nature's rules, then we can have a stable, robust food supply that's healthy for us, that can go into the future and feed our population for a long time.
Kauai is the ground zero for these open-air field tests being conducted by 5 of the big 6 chemical corporations. They are spraying 7 out of 10 days. They're spraying either individual chemicals or multiple at once. But 7 out of 10 days, year-round, year after year, they are polluting our land.
We are the cultural gatherers and the lineal descendants of this region, this Aopua, Hanapepe, Kamakani, Pakala. We have river food, hi'iwai, opai, and oopu. That's our main, and pepe, and all the seaweed that grows in the river. In the last flood, they put all of their chemicals inside of a container, and the 2 containers floated away. And this river right here is still filled with that stuff. West Side is a toilet bowl for them. And they're making money off of us. And when they leave, who's gonna be left behind to pick up the pieces when you can't even plant a seed and nothing will grow anymore? A lot of the kupunas are saying genocide, because if you genocide the food and the water, then your intentions are clear to the people.
Sustainable tree, food from the skies. V.
We're in this area called Waioli. The river runs right next to our property there. We grow weeds. We grow buffalo grass for the horse. We have kalo, and we usually have a market garden. How we started organic? Yes. We were conventional taro farmers because, you know, that's what my parents were doing before, and that's what everybody else around here was doing.
Can you explain what that means?
What?
To be conventional?
Conventional was using chemical fertilizers, you know. We actually used Roundup and sprayed the banks because that was what everyone did.
Oh yeah, you get all that glyphosate from that Roundup. And the frogs, all that frogs gonna get all weird, eh? It's not good. Roundup is not good.
When we started doing cover cropping and rotational, you know, fallowing and rotational plantings of our kalo fields, we started using way less fertilizer.
Hey, look here, how clean. This is an organic kalo farm. No herbicide, no pesticide, commercial kind, yeah? Look how beautiful. Look around you. You see all the grass on the other side. Those patches are being fallowed. The worms are in there. They're building up the soil. It is not us throw food for the taro. We throw food for the aina. The worms, the bacteria in there, they break down the food, we hanai them. They're the one that produce the mea ai for that kalo. That is why the difference when we see them throw chemical fertilizers. Oh, baga all wee.
I go for quality, not quantity. Just feed the soil good. You get healthy plant, happy people, all that kind, you know. It's better for you. better for the environment.
Towards the end of the tour, I finally had an opportunity to speak with Vandana Shiva and just walk with her and just share with her the concerns that I had. Because Monsanto is the largest employer on our island, what could be some possible solutions for our island?
I think the first response would be to be aware of the context beyond the immediate. In the immediate, it looks like Monsanto is giving a paycheck. I wouldn't call them employers. I would call them the destroyers. But in terms of their scope of destruction, it is not just your island. It is not just your homestead. It's that same Monsanto that has driven 270,000 Indian farmers to suicide. It is that Monsanto and other chemical companies that have pushed 75% of the bee population of this planet to extinction. It's the same Monsanto that is corrupting government with its influence and destroying the kind of systems that would give sustainable, safe, healthy livelihoods to people. So I think the campaign for a Monsanto-free island needs to be how your island could be food sovereign. What are the models? Start doing it on the scale at which it's doable today. And say, but the whole island could be like this. And everyone could have food and everyone could have work. Because work in the Monsanto model, work in the corporate model, is destroying work. It's destroying the worker. It is destroying the land which feeds us. It is destroying our future generations. You've got to talk about what will be the future of the island. What will be the future of the island when Monsanto's gone? Raise that question. Monsanto will be here, then they'll find a cheaper place to produce their seed. They'll move on. You'll have nothing. So they're not here for good. They're not here forever. They're here for a short, opportunistic time till all the soil is ruined, no seed can grow anymore. Yeah? So build that larger perspective and celebrate the alternative. You need to start having these discussions that money isn't the measure, health and well-being is.
I felt very encouraged by her words and that's what I went away with, was to keep going, to keep continuing, whatever it is that I started a year ago, and to continue raising awareness and to keep researching and learning and to keep sharing. The issue is really beyond, lack of jobs and lack of employment. We live on an island surrounded by water. We have very limited resources, and we got to see beyond today and kind of foresee the future, because 40 years from now, 60 years from now, our children's children will continue to live here, and I don't want for my own children to have to question the safety and health of the environment they live in.